Deep in the rainforest of southwestern Nigeria, there is a wall so massive, it is longer than the distance between London and Paris. A wall so old, it was already standing for 600 years before Christopher Columbus ever set sail, and yet almost nobody outside West Africa has ever heard its name. They call it Sungbo's Eredo. To understand it, you must first understand the woman it is named after, Bilikisu Sungbo, a wealthy Ijebu noble woman who lived, they say, over 1,000 years ago. She had no children of her own, so she poured her fortune into something greater, a gift to her people that would outlast every king who came after her. But this is not just a story about generosity. This is a story about a secret hidden in the earth, a secret that took modern science and one persistent foreign archaeologist to finally bring to the world's attention. For centuries, the people of Ijebu land lived alongside the Eredo. They walked its paths. They told their children about the noble woman who built it, but the outside world paid no attention until 1999, when archaeologist Dr. Patrick Darling came to study it, and what he found shocked him. The walls stretched for over 160 kilometers, forming an uneven ring around the entire ancient Ijebu kingdom. In some places, the ditch dropped 20 meters deep, as tall as a 6-story building, carved entirely by hand, with no machines, no modern tools, just iron blades, woven baskets, and the will of an entire community working together. Darling called it one of the largest single monuments built by human hands anywhere in Africa. Some researchers believe the earthwork was shaped over centuries, beginning as early as the 7th century and expanded further between the 10th and 15th centuries as Ijebu kingship grew stronger. But why build something so massive? The answer may be simpler than legend suggests. The wall marked the boundary of a kingdom. It defended against raiders. It kept out wild elephants roaming the forest, and it bound many small scattered villages into one people, the Ijebu. And yet, the mystery does not end there, because to this day, many Ijebu people believe that Bilikisu Sungbo was not just a wealthy noble woman. They believe she was the Queen of Sheba herself, the very queen spoken of in the Bible and in the Quran, the queen who once traveled to meet King Solomon. Her grave is said to lie at Okeiri, on the northern edge of the Eredo. Every year, pilgrims of different faiths, Muslim, Christian, and traditional worshippers travel there together to honor her memory, a rare place where different beliefs meet on the same sacred ground. Historians cannot confirm this connection. The timelines do not fully align. But perhaps that is not the point. Perhaps the legend survives because it captures something true. A woman powerful enough, wealthy enough, respected enough that her people believed she could only be a queen out of scripture itself. Today, much of the Eredo lies quiet, swallowed by the forest, while other sections have been lost to farming, development, and modern roads. The site has been placed on Nigeria's tentative list for UNESCO World Heritage status, bringing international attention to this extraordinary monument. But recognition is not the same as protection, so the wall waits just as it has for more than 1,000 years. A green tunnel carved into the earth, stretching across the landscape, holding the memory of an ancient kingdom, its people, and a mysterious woman whose story has survived the centuries. Was this truly the work of Queen Bilikisu Sungbo? Or did generations of storytelling transform an ancient African ruler into the legendary Queen of Sheba? We may never know for certain, but perhaps that is what makes Sungbo's Eredo so fascinating. Because beneath the trees, beneath the soil, and beneath the legends, the earth is still keeping its secrets. Disclaimer: This documentary explores a mixture of archaeological evidence, historical research, oral traditions, and Yoruba folklore. Some stories surrounding Bilikisu Sungbo and her connection to the Queen of Sheba remain matters of tradition and interpretation rather than established historical fact. If you enjoyed this journey into one of Africa's forgotten wonders, like this video, share it with someone who loves African history and subscribe to Acres of Africa Folktales and Culture for more stories, mysteries, legends, and hidden history from across the continent. Because Africa's history is not just something to remember, it is something we must continue to uncover.